Okay, I assume we are live and rolling. Okay, so this is the second live stream for Empire's Fall. I am still getting used to this whole setup. So bear with me as we journey through this together. How about that? We are going to do this live stream. I had video and now I don't have video, so I don't know why it pops out whenever I click go live. But we're just going to roll with it because this is a conversation between me and you. The chat room is open. We're going to be talking about Empire's Fall and the Kickstarter and everything that goes with it, and where we're headed as a company and what we are doing, and what we're doing to make this happen, to make this as successful as we can. But that requires help from you. We have put out the Kickstarter. We have 12 days left, so we're still looking to get over the top of that funding, and hopefully we will get there. Well, I know we will, because you guys won't let anything but that happen. So there's not an issue with that. The issue is, how do we get more people involved? Well, we get more people involved by liking it and sharing it and telling friends and family, right? What we're trying to do, the great things that we're doing, and why is this important? Why does this matter now? Well, it mattered then because one of the people that were rescued from a concentration camp by the 761st Tank Battalion, the original Black Panthers, his grandson is now the Secretary of State. So we have to really appreciate how these connections happen, how these connections are made. We have to make sure that these stories about people that have been written out of our history are put back in and given their moment to shine, and giving that proper spotlight. And I can do that in the gaming community because I have a gaming company. I produce games. Well, my games can also educate as well as entertain. And I'm moving full steam ahead with that proposition in mind. But I wanted to bring your voices in on this too. I wanted to hear from you because there's so many stories to tell. There's so many people who had parents or grandparents that served, and I want to get those stories. I want to be able to make sure that as many voices as possible can be lifted up as part of this ongoing living type of tribute to the Black servicemen and women during World War II, as we focus on Empire's Fall, as we do this Kickstarter. One of the things that was given to me by a Gaddis gamer was that in the back of the rule book, we're going to put the names of the people who help support this. We're going to put the names of their family member that served. So, like my grandfather, and then everybody else who sends me their information, sends me their name, I will be more than happy to put that in the rule book so people can see that. We have a tip jar. So if you guys, let's say you don't care anything about miniatures gaming, and you don't want the T-shirt, and you don't collect dice, because I know a lot of you do collect dice. If you don't want anything, there's just a tip. You just want to see the project happen, and you got 8,000 friends. Everybody puts in $1. The thing's funded immediately, and then we can get into stretch goals, which are incredible. I mean, we can talk about the what if tanks. We can talk about, every month people getting, new stat cards uploaded. We can upload that to the website or to any of the Facebook groups as documents, as PDFs, and you can download them and print them off as you need. Because the money that we're using right now, the money that we're raising is going to get all our print materials, all of our tokens, all of our dice made, because a lot of this is custom just for this game. And, we already got the miniatures already made, bought and paid for. This is just for packaging and making it look pretty for the average normie consumer that is just now getting into wargaming, so they can have a Thursday night family, game night. That's what the money's going to. And we want to make sure that we have the highest quality products, components that we can, that we want to put out. We want to make sure that we have custom decal sheets. We want to have, we have the custom dice, we have the tokens, we have the suppression markers, we have the objective markers. All of that is all custom made. So that's what the money's going to. As well as, development of new products. Like I said, the what if tanks, for all the weird war gamers out there, because we're a big, we're big weird warheads over here. We are all in the weird war community, knee deep, as they say. So, so for us, that's part of it. But that's the beauty of using the Guards rule system, because you have those two ways you can play, right? If you're a straight historical guy, you don't want to see werewolves or monsters or Tesla coils anywhere near your historical gaming. Great. The Guard system is for you, because you can play it without any of that. And then let's say you want to add a little spice in it, you want to spice it up a little bit, then we have the rules for that. So there's two ways to play. We're not telling you how to play. We're just giving you the tools to play with. And I think that's been proven over and over again, as we've been doing this for the last 6 years, going to conventions, running games across the country. The feedback we've been getting, and the stuff they think up is way weirder than anything that we could, if we all sat down and just, played the game. People who haven't played traditional war games will think up some stuff that that goes against it, and we've tried to incorporate it as much as possible, as long as it doesn't break the game rules. It doesn't break the game. We incorporate it into our rules, and that's been one of the big surprising parts of this whole adventure of getting us here, and bulletproofing our rules and playing with, oh my God, Warhammer tournament players. Oh, are there any bigger cutthroat group of gamers than those guys? Woo, man. But having your rules play tested by those guys, they'll get bulletproof. There's no doubt about it, because those guys will find a loophole. And also, we have the advantage too of working with some really talented people when we talk about the components and making them top notch and making them the highest quality we can make them. I mean, we've been working with Glenn Barr. We've been working with Alessio Calvatore, bulletproofing the rules. I mean, we've been working with some pretty high level people, artists and writers. As you can see on our blog, on our website, the stories are still coming out for Shattered Crown. They're It's just fantastic stuff. And the same thing's going to happen for Empire's Fall and any other game we release. Full support, full spectrum support. So don't worry about that. This is just a one and done, and you're never going to hear from us again. Anybody that supported Shattered Crown, they're still getting support. We're still releasing new models, new miniatures for that. We want to expand. Speaking of, if you don't mind this diversion for a quick second, Shattered Crown, we're working on a Captain Nemo unit for Shattered Crown. So, so I think that in the future you'll have even more like add more weird war stuff to add into that. Besides just the quick hour-long skirmish of across the mud and the blood of no man's land, you'll add all kind of stuff to expand the army if you want to, or you can keep it small and the way you've been playing it. Beer and pretzels. So when you get the 2-player starter set for Empire, you get the same treatment. You can go as small or as large as you want. We're just the starter set is just a way to get your feet wet. You can expand your army with any of the miniatures that we have, over 2,000 different miniatures that we have in our miniatures line, and we'll be coming out with new stuff, custom decal sheets, custom figures, not only just the miniatures that are in the starter set or from the Kickstarter, which will be some exclusives, but we'll expand on it. And over the years, you can keep adding to your army. And in the 2-player starter set, you get the rules, you get the tokens, you get the suppression markers, you get the objective markers, you get decals, you get all of the miniatures, you get custom dice, you get a dice bag with our logo on it. I mean, this is focused for skirmish, but if you want to build larger games, that's up to you and the people that you're playing with. We're not telling you how to play, we're just giving you the stuff to play with. And if you want a fully painted army, we have services right here at Gaddis Gaming, Hero by Design Studios, that will be able to paint up your miniatures. We've been doing that for the last 4 years, painting full armies for people that aren't interested in painting or don't have the time to paint. Whatever your reasons are, we can take care of that for you. Not a problem. So for us, we want to make sure that there's no barriers to entry. You can get in anywhere you want to get, from people who just donate $1 just to see it happen, to a tip jar for people who don't want any rewards, to all the way up to custom dice. Oh, I want dice. I'm a dice collector. I love custom dice. Oh, I want a T-shirt. Everybody wears T-shirts. Even your grandmother wears a T-shirt. So there's something there for everybody, and then you can get into the gaming aspects of it. Also, people can customize your army. So in the Pledge Manager, after it's all over with and the Kickstarter is funded and we've moved forward and it's closed, we'll send out a survey. In that survey, you can add anything you want. You can change anything you want. We already had requests for people that say that they wanted to have a, the Harlem Hellfighters and the Black Panther in their 2-player starter army. Not a problem. We can provide that. We make everything right here, so we're in full control of that production. Nothing is coming from China. Everything is being made right here in the United States. So we hope that we can have some quality control based on that, right? We'll have some control over, the quality of the components. There won't be any misprints, or there won't be any, bad items. We'll be able to go through it all right here. So we'll make sure that the product that we're giving you is equal to any other company that's out there, because that's important to us. Our reputation is everything. And if you ask the people who support us, people who buy our products, the Gaddis gamers out there, we go out of our way to make sure that you guys are satisfied with what we give you. We've introduced, like I said, not only the E100 tanks, the M6 Tesla tanks, the P40 Death Ray tank. We got new battle suits. We only had one type of battle suit in Shattered Crown, but there's six types of battle suits in Empire's Fall, because you have two suits for the Holy Roman Empire, you have the Soviet suit, and then you have the British and American. So you'll have new battle suits coming out, as well as heavy infantry. So the Weird War aspect will be definitely expanded on after we pay homage to the 761st and all the other units that fought. So those things will go hand in hand. So don't be afraid, to jump in because of, because of my love for Weird War. That's just something that I've been into for, since I was 8. It's always been a part of it. It's always been a part of my gaming experience, and now I'm a grown kid, and I can create the stuff that I could only dream about when I was younger. So yeah, so there'll be a lot of new stuff coming out, besides the what if tanks and the battle suits and dudes in battle armor, all kind of good stuff around this. And again, we will fully support it. We'll be at a minimum of 10 conventions a year, so there'll be chances to come out and play. We'll be giving prize support. We'll be having giveaways. Tabletop Minions Expo in Wisconsin was one of our first tournaments last year, where we had two guys play off, and a winner took away a gift certificate for $100. So there was that. So again, we can expand on our the Guards Easy Army Builder, where you can customize and build your own army, based on our point system. That app is already up in beta, but we want to do an app, with all the units, each army. So all you have to do is point and click, add your special hero unit, whatever special abilities he may have, print it out, give your army list to your opponent, keep one, he gives one to you, or save it as a PDF if you're using Kindles or tablets. And that way people can see the armies that you have, and there won't be any questions about what you have on the table. We're trying to make this as accessible as we possibly can for people, because for us, it's about getting to the table, playing and having fun, and socializing. Really, that's the biggest aspect of it, the social contract that's laid down. I'm a whole hobby guy myself. I enjoy picking my army, building it, collecting it, customizing it, painting it, displaying it. Sometimes I build armies that I never plan on playing. I just have a theme that I wanted to go with, and I rolled with it, just for the creative outlet, the crafting aspect of the whole hobby aspect of it. I'll take a picture of it, put it up on social media, and then, it may never see the table, but I enjoy it because I'm a whole hobby guy. I started building model planes with my dad when I was like 8, maybe 9. Whatever it said on the box, that when you're old enough to start using glue. And the first model that I built was a 1/48 scale monogram B-17 Flying Fortress, and I was hooked on World War II ever since then. So the hobby has been in my blood for a long time. So I'm a whole hobby guy. But again, other people may not be. But we have something for everybody in this Kickstarter. Whatever level you want to be at, we have something. We hope that we have something for you, and that we can provide you with whatever comfort level you're at. From $1 on up. Our top goal that we put in was $1,000, and we'd come and play with you at any of the 10 conventions that we do when we're allowed to do conventions, but that was just that was mainly for my dad, because he wants me to come see him. So my mom and dad, that was for them to pledge. That way they could get me to come see him. I know, right? You never call. No, I'm a good boy. I call my parents. I keep in touch with them on a regular. But we look to the future of this game. I know we started off in 2018 with Shattered Crown, but that's not how the game initially was going to launch. Our rule system was already there, and we started with sci-fi gaming, but we figured, it's such a flexible system, and the 100th anniversary of World War One was coming up, um, and nobody else was um, honoring the Harlem Hellfighters after 100 years of wargaming, and there's never been a game dedicated to the all-black unit that fought in World War One. So I'm like, well, this is something that I could do something about. So we revamped the rules, we dumbed them down for World War One, put the Weird War aspects of it in there still, and we dedicated the game to the Harlem Hellfighters. And that released in 2018. As you know, there's a lot of uh, things going on with computer algorithms, and for some reason, when we put Harlem Hellfighters versus the German Empire, it got sent to a lot of white supremacist groups, and that pretty much torpedoed that social media campaign because I didn't realize that there were so many white supremacist groups hiding out there using German Empire as their uh, tag word, whatever. I mean, if you're a computer person, you would know this better than me. But yeah, that pretty much torpedoed that campaign. But we were still able to make the product, get it out. Just it was just in a much slower pace than we wanted, and people played it, they enjoyed it. They still buy it to this day, and we still support it. We still support it. We have a full line of miniatures. We have a full line of Weird War weapons, as well as the regular weapons that, the historical weapons that they had. So that's still going strong 2 years later. But Empire's Fall will focus on the Black Panthers, the 761st Tank Battalion, and Reuben Rivers and Sergeant Creasy and all the guys who fought in there. And I even today, I've had people contact me saying, "Hey, my grandfather served in that. My father served in that. Send me their names. I want to put their names. And if you have pictures, send me their pictures. I'll put them in the rule book. I'll put them in our game. I have no problem doing that at all. I really want you guys to understand the depth and the breadth of this. And in the description, I put why it matters, why it mattered then, and why it still matters today. And I want you guys to read that and understand that this is not just something I'm making up. That this is something whose time has come. You're going to help me make it happen. We're going to do this together. We are partners in this endeavor. This Kickstarter is just a way for us to move this forward, to pay for printing, to pay for all the custom stuff that we have to have made, and to really get this out to people. I mean, I wish we were a bigger company with a huge budget and could just, do it the way we want to do it. But, obviously 2020 has had other plans for us because we haven't been able to do our convention service circuit. We haven't been able to get products in your hands because normally it would be just, pre-selling so many we put so many copies together and then pre-sell them and it would be funded. We could go to conventions and say, hey, this is what we want to do. Could you buy this, or would you support this, or this is the products that we have? Because a lot of people still don't know the high quality and the high standards that we put into our miniatures, and the products that we put out. And like I said, we partner with some of the best companies here in the United States to make sure that products get out. Again, Glenn Barr, major artist known worldwide, good hometown Detroit boy, decided he was going to throw in and do our custom poster for us. So when that artwork comes out, you guys are going to be amazed. You guys are going to be floored. So, we're really, really, really looking forward to getting this stuff out. But in order to get it out, we have to be funded. And so that's why we're reaching out to you to get that number. All right. And the Guards rule system, again, really super flexible. You can play historical or ahistorical. It doesn't affect the gameplay. We just give you the tools to play with. It doesn't affect the rules. The gameplay is based on how you want to play it. You can strip all the Weird War out of it, and it won't matter. And if you want to play historical, but again, if you want to add some spice to it, away you go. The rules, I think we can teach them in about 15 minutes at a convention. We have a quick reference guides as well as an in-depth rules for you guys who are really into rules lawyering, who really like to go in on it. This is not squad leader. This is not a super deep, crunchy set of rules. This is, fast play. You can get a game in an hour, get on the table. And in fact, how long you play is based on how many points is your army. Is your army a 250-point army? Is it a 400-point army? Is it a 750-point army? The more points you have, the larger the game, the longer it's going to take to play, because there's more miniatures you have, more activations that you have, which is fun. I mean, I'm not, some people, if you have an afternoon, you want to kill it, you want to kill 2 or 3 hours, there you go. You want to, do something really quick in an hour and maybe play 2 or 3 games in an afternoon, just to max out your, your gameplay or scenarios. Playing scenarios, this is perfect for playing scenarios, because you can play a couple of, 2 or 3 games in a row and really get that feeling. And winner take, that's what, 3 out of 5, 2 out of 3 win, that kind of thing. So, all of our miniatures are all compatible across our full line. Our tanks are 156 scale. I know some people are into 148. I think that's a little big, but I mean, if you only have a couple of tanks or vehicles on the table, it's not that big of a deal. But our preferred scale is 156. So that's the scale that we play in. Again, the game is broken down into your hero unit, your command team, which is like your support weapons, your snipers, your mechanics, your medics, and then your base infantry, which are usually units of 5 or 10 infantry units. And then you have a support weapon, an armored car, and then your a tank, your heavy vehicle of some type. That's the standard army makeup. But again, you can flip that around as long as you and your play buddy agree on it. I mean, you can do it any way you want to do it. That's not up to us to tell you. So in the game, we have hundreds of stat cards for all the different units. All the Japanese units, all the Italian units, all the Finnish units, all the Soviet units, all the British units, all the German units, all the American units. Everybody has a stat card. So we will be posting those every month. And if we get the subscription service off the ground, you can then like order it, and then every month we'll just send you out some sample miniatures. We'll send you the stat cards that go with them, as you build up your collection slowly over time, without even thinking about it. And we'll have of course some new and special stuff. All the some tokens, any kind of trinkets we can throw in there to help spice it up for you guys. That show your support and show you that we care about you, and we care about your gaming, and we care about you being able to get the things that you need to play the game that you want to play. So if you've been to any convention or you've seen any of our pictures, we've had at the conventions, we use oversized stat cards. A lot of times, the guys at the conventions tend to be a little bit older, even though people that play our game and are at our table tend to skew younger. And I know we have disproportionate number of females than other people have at their games. But again, this is about making the table bigger for everybody, putting more seats at the table, more people to play with, more fun to be had. And everybody should be able to customize their army, get the army that they want. And as we reach our goals, as we reach our funding goal, we'll do the first unlock, and then people can there's all kind of free stuff we want to give you guys once this is funded. Add-ons, extra dice. I want to show you guys the battle suits, that you've probably only seen a glimpse of in the teaser trailer. I want you guys to understand that this is a project that will be probably one of the funnest and hardest things that I've worked on. Um, getting the rules all together, getting all the people I had to collaborate with and work with. So much fun meeting so many different people in the gaming community, the YouTubers, the people who run the forums, the people who run all the different websites that have reached out. It's been really uh, helps me stay motivated, helps me stay engaged because I feel like I'm in the basement all by myself, tinkering away, mad scientist. Got to get this out. But then I realize there's a much broader community that I'm just one member of. I'm just a part of, and I'm doing my part to make sure that this gets out to people because I think that Black history is American history, and the Black Panthers are part of that. And there's other all Black tank battalions because got to remember we fought a world war with a segregated army to fight Nazism, and I don't want to give them any more exposure than they're already getting by other countries. I think every time I turned on the History Channel one year, I was like, "Oh, what is Hitler doing today? Oh, he's back in Poland again." So, so I think we give them enough attention, and we don't give enough attention to our own people. And I'm going to do something to change that. And with your help, we can do that together. With your help, we can change the world. So I want, so in the game, based on the guard system, as you know, that's in it's a rule system, but in the Shattered Crown universe that Empire's Fall jumps off from, it's the second part of that in our world, Prince Wilhelm III rises to the throne. Instead of Hitler forming their government, von Mackensen and Princess Louise Victoria reinstate the German monarchy. So the government is formed around the monarchy. They fuse with the Italian. So you have Italy, Austria, Hungary, Germany, all those Eastern Bloc countries up till you get to the Soviet bloc countries, all form the Holy Roman Empire. And then World War II jumps off from there. So it's an alternate timeline, but that's for the story purposes, so we can keep with the writing that we got. And then after World War II, we jump ahead to some near future things that are going on, and we have Luna, which is our next, which is our sci-fi version of our game. And we'll have all kind of sci-fi stuff for you guys, and that's battles that take place on the moon. If you've seen Space 1999, then you understand where we're going with that. And then I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot of things that happen on the moon that'll bring us into our next game. So it's just this is just the second link in a very long chain of games that we have planned and miniatures that we'll be releasing and making for you. If you guys have any questions, this is a dialogue between me and you to get anything that may be unclear cleared up. Any questions you have about there'll be regular updates from now on to the end of the Kickstarter to really motivate people to share. Just it doesn't cost you anything to share and like and comment. I know there's a lot of people who have jumped in, that this is their first game. They really like the concept. They really like the idea. They like the idea of supporting, getting the Black Panthers the recognition that they so duly deserve. And I want to thank you for making this happen. None of this would be possible without you. I wish that I wish that my YouTube camera worked, but obviously it's not going to happen. I don't know why it switches off whenever I go live, but I'll have to talk to Adam about that to see what he does. How does he make it work for himself? But I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Please like and comment below. I get all the notifications. So I'll be more than happy to answer any questions in our next live chat, which will be on Facebook for Gaddis Gaming. Or would you guys like me to move that over to the Empire Falls Facebook group? Because I have opportunities to do both of that. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. It's my pleasure making this game for everyone. It's my pleasure to hear from you and to keep this dialogue going, because I know a lot of you guys have things that you want, and I want to make sure that we're able to get them for you. We'll have a little survey up about what should be the units that we should create for the game. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And you guys have a good afternoon. I'm still going to be eating leftover Thanksgiving. So, yeah. Hopefully I won't get into a tryptophan coma. Okay, boys and girls, that's it. All right, Gaddis Gamers. Bye.